So you just started The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, finished the prologue on top of a sky island, but you find yourself completely lost and overwhelmed on what to do next? It is quite normal, frankly, with the new Zelda games format, since that is somewhat intended with their new open world approach to the franchise, and while you should go wherever you want and play Tears of the Kingdom your way, there are a few pointers right at the beginning that I would recommend to do quickly before you deep dive into the exploration of Hyrule. First of all, while the Sky Island is still the tutorial area, I do recommend on picking up as many food as you can, as you will need them, especially if you aren't comfortable with your combat skills or if this is your first Zelda game. You can eat food even during combat by opening the menu, but they also have several other benefits through cooking, such as giving you cold resistance that you will very much need soon, and it's better to have food in abundance than desperately searching for a few apples when you need to start cooking just to find none. Tears of the Kingdom will launch you straight into several combat scenarios, and I've got a few game overs myself due to some surprising heavy hits from the nearby defensive constructs, so you can never really have enough food to avoid these dangerous moments. Apart from food, you will also need as many weapons as possible. Weapons still break in Tears of the Kingdom just like in the previous game, and especially at the start, your weapons will break non-stop and very quickly. While this can be quite annoying in combat, I would say the main reason you need a lot of weapons in stock isn't mainly for fighting, but actually for interacting with your environment, such as breaking boulders, activating equipment, mining, or cutting trees, and since the rusty swords and wooden sticks will break from just a few hits, you will need a lot of them. Lastly, before we get to the exploration part, the one thing I would make sure to keep an eye out for are these old broken down constructs you will find all over the map. You can actually interact with them and they will reward you with Zonai charges, which are also a core part of the new game mechanics that will act like a sort of battery for you, and you can just never have enough of them, so make sure to investigate all the broken down robots around the garden. Once you feel you have sufficiently prepared, it might be extremely tempting to start exploring the island immediately, and while it is possible and I have tried it myself, it's quite tedious and unnecessary to do it right away, and instead I highly recommend on focusing on the main story right off the bat. While in Breath of the Wild unlocking powers gave you useful but not totally necessary powers, in Tears of the Kingdom the main story will give you multiple tools that are core part of the gameplay and are necessary to be able to traverse and fully explore the map without feeling frustrated or blocked by the game design. The new powers like the Ultra Hand are the main selling point of Tears of the Kingdom, as they just really open up so much in terms of creativity and customization through the fusing mechanic that it's impossible to even describe, as everyone just needs to see and experience it themselves, and I also don't really want to spoil any of it, as it's just that much fun. So trust me, you really want to unlock all your powers first before you explore, and don't worry, you won't be missing out on anything. You can explore the whole island later with all your superpowers, and it's going to be a lot more fun and a lot faster. And while you're at it, you can already keep an eye out for Koroks in the region, as our little buddies are already present on the first Sky Island. If you haven't played Breath of the Wild, Koroks are basically your forest spirits who are hiding literally everywhere in the world, and if you see a suspicious rock in the middle of a lake, or a circle of rocks missing a piece, it is likely a forest spirit hiding there, and once you complete their puzzles, you'll be rewarded with Korok seeds that you can later use to upgrade your inventory. Tears of the Kingdom has been a wonderful surprise as a sequel, as when you just really thought it can't get better than Breath of the Wild, the sequel proves you wrong every step of the way with brand new and innovative new features you've never seen before that keep you glued to the game. I've always thought Breath of the Wild was the first concept and demo of a new world Nintendo wanted to craft for Legend of Zelda, and TOTK seemed to prove that point by basically adding to every single aspect of the game and perfecting an already masterpiece of a video game. With that said, if you follow my tips, you should have an absolute blast of a time with the tutorial island, and I hope you will enjoy all the new features at least as much as I did. Thank you for watching everyone, and enjoy Hyrule!